So guys, waiting for you to come online and finding a nice filter. All of them look, that looks the best. Guys, waiting for you to come online. So I wanted to start the live stream today. I tried to use the Premiere program so you guys would know that I'm coming online today, and I actually couldn't figure it out how to do it properly. So I'm going online 40 minutes earlier to say hello, to chat a little bit with you, to answer your singing questions, and I'm trying to go once in a week online and try to use the Premiere program to keep you updated when I'm going to be online. Yay! So happy Monday, everyone. We have holiday right now currently in Singapore. There is a public holiday today, but not for me, of course, because I still have to work. The studio is always open here 360 days a year, except for Christmas. But because we have so many countries here, yeah, so there's so many countries here, from Malay, China, of course, China, Malay, the expats, the Indians. So there are so many different kind of countries here that have public holiday. So I decided that I'm always open, because it doesn't make sense for me to just close for every public holiday or whatsoever. Yeah, so let me know your singing questions. Let's start. This is a Q&A for singing questions. I'm super happy to answer all of your questions that you have about singing, about your vocal journey, about vocal technique, everything that you want to know about singing and music. And if you have any questions there, I'm super happy to answer them. Здравствуйте, приветик, здравствуйте. Yeah, so excited. Let me go into the comment sections. Have you seen yesterday? Have you seen yesterday the Eurovision Song Contest? Let me also know. Drop in the comments a yes if you have seen the Eurovision Song Contest. Yeah, so thank you so much. Let me know from which country you're from, if you have seen the song contest. Back to the Philippines. Hello. Yeah, Tanya's on the house. Yay. Just haven't seen you in a while. So it would be so nice if you would be not sending requests for to react, because I want to make this live stream about you and your questions about singing when you have them, if you have any other kind of questions you want to know. So really want to keep it like that way. Did you saw my video about the Australian lady, Kate Miller Heidegger? She's a really good and amazing example of body work. Please go and watch this video, because I'm explaining there how she used her whole body as a support, how she's engaging her muscles. And I think that's a really good performance from all of the Eurovision Song Contest that showcase actually how important it is to use your whole muscle, whole body, and how you need to use the proper muscles for it. Yeah, so I think from all of them, she was a really good example for that. Really good. I also really enjoyed how she was making that cross genre into opera. So that was something that I really enjoyed. Yeah, question of the day. I guess singing questions are not the thing. I do have a husband. I am married. So for everyone that's asking me, I am married. And I'm married since 4 years. I don't have a boyfriend anymore. I am really married. Yeah, from Latvia. Wow, from all over the world. So cool. Who was your other favorite when you had one favorite in the Eurovision Song Contest? Like always, I think Russia was very strong. Russia is always one of my favorites. They always take so much time, so much care about that music competition. Competitions are very important for Russian people, and so they really give everything. Every year they invest a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of time in advance, especially for competitions. I do have some especially here in my studio, the Russians and the Chinese are the most that are working very hard for competitions. That is true. I think it was also very sad yesterday that the Eurovision Song Contest, the German act, didn't receive any kind of public, how do you call it, from the public vote. They didn't got any points. That was a little bit sad, honestly, because I think the message was good and the voices were strong. They didn't deserve the last place though. Yeah, so let me know. So guys, let me know if you have any kind of singing questions, if you want to know something. Are you currently a singer yourself? Are you on your vocal journey? How did you find Madonna? Yeah. Honestly, I think it's always hard to say something to a big star. But I think Madonna, I think from the stage performance, she was always very political in all of her performances. And when she go, all of her tours were always controversial because of her performances being very political, making statements. I think in terms of being a performing artist, that was interesting. It was performance art, right? And she made a point with the church and stuff. Okay, that is always controversial. That is Madonna. She's always been like this. I think vocally, she got a little bit more tired. So I think at a certain age, that is actually very interesting. At a certain age, the voice changes. The muscle can get wobbly. That's why you sometimes hear elderly people have this kind of, they cannot sustain anymore. You hear that the muscle gets wobbly, and you can work through this gradually with a good singing technique. You can work through this, and you can make sure that you still continue to sing, like Cher or whatever, Barbra Streisand, Tina Turner are good examples for working still, making exercises, keeping their technique, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, maintaining vocal hygiene. These are things that are really important if you wanna keep sustain your voice. It's also actually very interesting because I'm doing right now a course for Black One Academy. And this is also something that we are speaking about. So we speak about stage performance, music industry. We're speaking about how to sing up high notes, how to belt, chest voice, head voice, anxiety. So there's everything in that course that you can now go, and it will be online in summer, and you can go there and register. And I'm so happy because the guys from Black One Academy are like really specialists, and when they ask me to make the course, I'm like, they are from Berlin. And these are things like all the questions that are on this channel. We just took all the questions and we will answer them all, make videos. You will have to everything, a 5-minute video explaining everything, and they really guide you through. So that one will be amazing and full of information. So that is really, really, really good. So let me see what you guys wrote. I don't have any covers. I mean, I have old covers of me singing, but I don't have the time at the moment to record or practice for myself, because I do work a lot, and when I'm after work, I'm not really keen to sing myself because I'm really tired. I'm honestly very, very tired. When you work with people, you know this, right? Work is work. When you work with people and you have music from morning till evening, I don't have the power anymore to record any cover, or I let the old covers stay there, but I'm not really keen. And I also don't know always what to sing, because songs I like, they might be not so interesting on the channel. It's night here in Asia, but still awake just to watch it. Thank you so much. Well, night. Well, it's what time is it? It's 7 o'clock here at my time. So 7:30. I'm gonna stay a little bit more online here. We have a lot of also Russians. So sorry, not speaking Russian today, because then the channel is getting so confused. Some people are getting confused with different languages here. So we're gonna speak in English. Алена, у кого... Извини, Игорь, кого? Алена, from the Eurovision Song Contest? If you can try to... Yeah, I'm trying to go through it. I just don't want to go in different languages, because I think that's makes the people confused. So guys, drop me in your questions. That is your moment. If you have anything that you want to know, yeah, drop me in. It doesn't matter what it is, just write it down. Yeah, just write it down. I also made a video about Sergei Lazarev, the Russian contestant. I think that he was just, oh, he was amazing. So he is an example for being pitch perfect. He's an example for an absolutely hard-working guy. Wow, the way that he sustained those notes in the song, how you gradually go up, it's incredible. So the way that song was built, for him to go gradually up, getting higher, getting higher, getting higher, I have a lot of respect. Absolutely amazing job. My husband had this song all the time in his ear because he liked it very much. Okay, so how to control high notes? That's a good question, right? First of all, you have to build those high notes. You can make it with an exercise. Favorite example I always use is the nay, nay, nay. And then you gradually go to your register. Well, you gradually try to expand your register, right? And you want to make sure that that you want to keep that part that is difficult for you to access, that was difficult for you to access in the first place. And then you have to try to engage the right muscles to support it, to sustain, you know, and some days it's going to be easier, some days it's going to be more difficult. But it's like a ladder. It's like you're climbing up the ladder, right? And these few parts that are always the more difficult to climb, when you feel you get exhausted, you know, you just have to gradually every day work a little bit on those parts to keep them flawless, to access that area. It's always good to make every day 15 minutes, then make it 1 hour a week. Yeah, it's with sport, right? Like, it's with sport. You want to keep that muscle stretched for him to not go back into like he was former before. So it's like running a marathon. And keeping that, sustaining a high note, I always use the rubber band exercise. I always engage my diaphragm. I engage my abdominal core muscle. I try to push the wall away to engage the diaphragmatic support. So these are things that you can do. You can work with your latissimo dorsi, that's with your back muscle, and it's giving you the support, the balance from bigger muscles to balance out the smaller muscles that you have. That's also something that I will do in that online course that you can go. You can go there now and you can register. It's all in English and it's all done by Black One Academy in Berlin. They will make an amazing job. So these are all things, because I know people are always fighting about that. Let me go into more of your okay, so can you just if you have any questions, I would be so happy if you make it all about the singing questions. That would be so nice, guys. Okay, it would be really, really nice. Okay, so we can always speak about it. So it's really for people that are interested in, yeah? That would be amazing. So, okay. And for everyone that asking me, I am married, yeah? So that's a favorite question here on the channel. Okay, so I know that guys are interesting, but yeah, thank you. That is a really good question, Mario. It's so good. Is it better starting to control my voice and taking singing lessons as a child, or is it also the same effective if I start at the age of 21? It's the same effective. It's the same effective if you started with 21. I think if you start a sport like tennis or football, or you might want to start earlier in some sports, like ice skating or whatever. But with singing, you can start tomorrow. You can start with. It will take you more time because of muscle memory. Muscle memory can be up from 3 months to 4 years, and it will take your time to have that muscle memory, you know, to understand, to relearn, for example, to make your voice perform every time the same way that you want to do it, and that takes for the muscle to adjust. So if you learn new information and you want to connect it to your voice, you want to make that transition, it might not happen immediately, but over time your muscle will remember that, will save that memory, and then it's going to be easier. Yeah guys. So how to sing with falsetto? That's a good question. So first of all is understanding the registers. So what you want to do is understanding the registers that you have. You have your chest voice, or people call it M1. You have your chest voice, and then you have your cricoid arytenoid. That's your, so TA and C, a cricoid arytenoid, a thyroid arytenoid, dominant muscle. So it's good for you to actually understand how the registers work. And then you go with your chest voice. That's your chest voice. It's a hat voice. What you can do is bubble it through, or you can start with an E, and then gradually go up the scale until you eventually will crack, and we have your first passaggio into the next register. So everyone has his first passaggio, determine it on his Fach, or determine it on if he's in bass or in alto or a mezzo or a sopran. So eventually you have there your breaks that you want to gradually work through, make them sound flawless. But this breaks, that's when everything switches into the different register. So good thing is working on scales. So what you're going to do is you're going to use the scales, and then you go gradually up and sing E, 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 E. So I basically was singing the same note, just in hat voice right now. Okay, so let me hear your question. Let me know what you want to sing. See what you want to, if you have any questions, just drop them in. Yeah, I'm trying to follow up, but it's a lot mixed in Russian and English. Yeah, so I cannot keep up so fast with Russian. So, oh, thank you so much. Hard work on making a ton of videos. Well, I'm trying to keep up. Дорогие друзья, я вижу, что вы пишете по-русски, но у нас не только русские смотрят, у нас очень тоже и иностранцы смотрят. И я пытаюсь сегодня сделать это все по-русски, по-английски. Я читать очень медленно умею, извините, пожалуйста. Я пытаюсь как могу. How to sing vibrato? I love that question because it's always a yes or no to that question. Also something that we have in the workshop, and not in the workshop, in the online course. Some people can learn, some people have the vibrato, naturally, some learn it by imitation. Some people can adapt and just hear the sounds and then imitate them well. Sometimes if I do a straight line and then I make something like that, the student will adapt to make a vibrato in the end. Really depends. Some people try to learn it artificially with their diaphragmatic support, or with their make a laryngeal vibrato. That would be the best way, but it takes a little bit more time to understand how the vibrato works, because it might not gonna work in the first place, you know. So there are some exercises that you could do to encourage a little bit this natural thing, is to play between two notes, something like that. You could do that. You can try to make that artificial diaphragmatic support that you could do. That is something that you can do. From Fiji, oh my god. From Fiji, that's so cool. That is so damn far away. Oh my god, that's amazing. How to do a whistle, the dolphin sounds. Yeah, you can use an exercise that goes on gook. Yeah, so you can try to go and use those scales, and then go by and start gook 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 Then you try to pass the flageolet register, which is that register before the whistle note. So you can try gradually to work through that flageolet, which will take you a moment because the voice probably will be not closing immediately. So what happens is that when you are at flageolet, you have to give it a little bit more time. Yeah. Imagine these are your vocal folds. These are your vocal folds, right? And if you go to flageolet, the vocal folds want to close properly. It doesn't happen all the time. So what you do, what happens is you're blowing air into this paper, right? So you see they're trying to close properly, but they are not closing 100%. So you want to find that point where your both vocal folds are closing properly. That's our aerodynamic. You see? So when you try to go flageolet into the whistle register, the vocal folds will take some time to close fully, and especially in the whistle register, the vocal folds are not closing properly. The back side of the vocal folds are open, so that's where air is passing through. So it's not necessarily always a healthy thing to do. But if you do flageolet before the whistle register, take your time, do an exercise several times, do one note 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, go back into a lower note, make it again, and then gradually, slowly come up, stop, and then continue next time. You know, don't make everything in one row on one day. Yeah. Hey, I'm trying to whistle. I'm a male. I did it. You did it twice, but I can only do it like a pitch quick whistle. Yeah, it's difficult. You know, the problem with whistle note is my mentor from Australia said it's difficult because not everyone is anatomically capable to access that register. We have to consider, and some people do have naturally big ranges, and some people are limited physically, you know, just anatomically. Some people just have little space or bigger spaces, bigger cavities for the sound to travel, maybe the larynx, or you know, the condition of the vocal folds. It's everyone. I have bad conditions on the vocal fold. My vocal folds always had a dysphonia. I always sounded raspy, and I had one vocal side of my vocal folds were bigger than the other side. So, you know, everyone has different conditions that they bring, and sometimes it's not possible, especially for male. It's very difficult to go higher, and I know that many want to do it, but especially the whistle is something that they just cannot. It's just sometimes not possible. Sometimes it is. You know, that makes the voice so special because it's so individual, right, to everyone. So, so let me look into. Yeah, download the Vocalizer app. I think that app is amazing because it's so convenient to have it on the go. I think all those kind of download apps are nice because they are practical. You can practice with them on the go, on the way to your performance. If you don't have a piano, if you want to, you want to have something on your phone very quick. So that's really, really good. Yeah, guys, so I hope I could answer some of your questions today. How to improve my vocal range? It's about working gradually, Mark. So I would definitely pick the right exercises that are also according to your to your register, you know. So you want to try to figure out, okay, where can I start, where's my end, and then depends on what you want to do. Yeah, you want to make sure that you are working through your range smoothly, and then okay, you have a goal. You want to go in and learn how to sing mixed voice. That is your goal, and then you have to gradually find exercises that encourage that switch, encourage that few tones in mixed voice, you know, because mixed voice is not one register. Well, depends. Everyone is using it differently, and then you have to, like in everything that you want to learn, you have to keep on doing it, right? What is the best exercising for whistling? Yeah. So what I gonna do when I have my students here, my female students, that's very difficult because what I do is I'm starting first warming up their flageolet, and then I'm gonna go on an A, like an A or an E. What helps is make it through a run. So you're gonna go through a run, and then slowly by this run go up into that point. That helped some of them because they're gonna build it up rather than if you're gonna start somewhere in the middle and then you don't know actually where it is. But what I figured out with my students, I don't know how other teachers are doing it, but making a run into that range, that helps them a lot. With mixed voice is quite the opposite because I feel that if people are going from low to high, the break is heavy. So sometimes I'm going to start from up down on an exercise, which helps a lot. It also helps me more than if I kind of gradually go up, because I eventually feel that I want to crack or whatever, right? Yeah. So guys, it was very, very nice and lovely to chat with you. Let me know in the next time. I'm going to speak a little bit more. Let me know your questions. I'm trying to come online again next week. And yeah, so there, keep coming with your questions, using them all for the online course. And that's the best thing, really. If you really want to learn singing, if you really want to understand how it works, if you want to have a vocal coach in your pocket that gives you all the answers with all exercises, then you want to really, really look into it. Yeah. And all the things that you do in singing is doing it every day. Doing it every day a little bit, or every second day, but doing them, repeat those exercises and making it, what do you call it in English? Jesus Christ. Regularly. Oh God, I'm so tired. By the end of the day, I'm losing my speech quality because I'm so tired from speaking and explaining and working, that in the end of the day, my tongue is just rolls back to my throat, and I'm just like tense, and everything is just so sorry. Kannst du mal ein Video zur Kopfstimme bei Männern machen? Das ist eine richtig gute Idee. Das mache ich. Das mache ich allerdings aber auf dem deutschen Kanal. Okay guys, so I see you in my next video. Have a nice evening today. Yeah, stay happy, stay healthy. Don't forget to #weaponize your voice, get strong, and kick those asses, right? If someone comes up to you, you're gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna kick your ass. Just gonna buzz it like that and say, what? Yeah, so don't let anyone ruin your day and put you down and whatsoever. Okay guys, big kisses from the human Singapore. Stay happy. До свидания. Спасибо большое, что все посмотрели. В другой раз сделаю только по-русски для вас. Спасибо за все, которые посмотрели. Arigato gozaimasu. Danke an alle, die heute zugeschaut haben. Und gonna see you in my next chat. Please watch the videos that I uploaded today. And I'm happy to see you next time. Okay? Please, someone help me to speak. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye bye.